connectivity to the east side of Zionsville in some form or fashion, whatever that comes in, just for safety purposes and ease of pedestrian traffic from the east to the west, especially if and when Michigan Road ever does get widened, and certainly as we're increasing the traffic through there. So that was sort of the idea of ways to increase pedestrian safety.
Yeah, okay.
And then so is this first depiction here, is this describing the TIF area? Is that what this is?
It's describing the lots that they purchased.
So what's describing the TIF area? Have we established that yet?
Yeah, I don't think we have that. Although on this map, as I understand it, the commercial would sort of be in this area. So we're going to have to get a specific description of that area that we want to capture.
And as I'm reading this from Matt, you know, if you look at the upper right, it says TIF agreement capital improvements. Sounds like this is what he would like to consider, right?
Yes.
And when you go through this, specifically Michigan Road and Willow Road intersection, those are all NDOT requirements that they have to commit to based on traffic counts and things for turning lanes and intersection improvements. But it sounds like, based on the title of this at the upper right, this is what they may like us to consider.
Yeah. I think these are just what is eligible, right? Is probably the better.
Yes.
So this is just not even necessarily what they're asking for, right? It's just what they are saying is eligible as far as TIFable improvements.
Correct.
That are actually fundable by a TIF, the way I'm taking this anyway. Because they haven't officially come for an ask, right? A number, okay.
That's correct, no.
Right.
I have not.
And these are all still current? I mean, this is 6 months old. Is that, as far as you know?
As far as I know, because he sort of resent this just a couple of weeks ago when I asked him for any information that they wanted to provide to us, so.
Okay.
So I think we'll be in a position to bring back to you at your July meeting a proposed plan and declaratory resolution that we can send it out well in advance and give you a chance to look at it to start the process.
When you say proposed plan, maybe elaborate that just a little bit.
So whenever you set up one of these TIF areas, you have to have an economic development plan that says, you know, here's why we're creating it, here's what we propose to do, here's some estimated costs. And then the declaratory resolution establishes the area and approves that plan, and then it moves through the rest of the process, which is plan commission, city or town council, and then back before you for a public hearing and confirmatory resolution.
And that would, in that plan, would describe the TIF area?
Yes.
In that plan?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the projects that we want to put on the eligibility list, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll be in a position to at least have you consider taking step one next time we meet.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Thoughts? Okay. Has anybody from the Hinkie group given us a timeline on when they would potentially make an ask?
I don't believe anything's been offered.
Okay. Some of these are obviously in 2019 already. Okay.
That's my understanding from the April meeting, they were waiting on us at this point, right?
To set up the district?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, have any permits been pulled or plans been filed, anything like that?
Yes, certainly. They have zoning entitlements in place for the PUD, preliminary and secondary final approval, or final approvals on section 1, which is 168 home sites. They have pulled various tree clearing permits. I do not believe they have the entirety of their section 401, 404s in place, which is your Army Corps So I think there's still some areas that they desire to get into, it's just that they need all the permits to be in place. But I know that they are doing work in the areas that they're permitted to do so. But as far as, I mean, they've recorded their secondary plat on the first 168 lots, and they're bonding against that, and I believe they've commenced with some lot sales from what I've heard just from the market information, that we track that, those sale criteria. But yeah, they're steaming forward.
Are we supposed to do anything other than just look at this information right here, right now?
Tonight, no, tonight was more of an update for you all, just to give you some
So we don't need to
data.
define any area of the TIF or anything like that?
Well, Bruce, I mean, is that something the RDC should do, or it's based on the taxation and what they're gonna be submitting, which is the commercial area.
Yeah, I think we just need to get a description of the boundary of where that commercial area is gonna be.
Well, and if there's gonna be any other improvements that the town or anybody else is gonna want included in this, just making sure those areas are included. Cause I think it has to be within the TIF, right, the improvements,
Yeah,
any that are made.
yeah.
So I think that needs to be thought through somewhat, if there is down the road, or even currently a thought on improvements.
Okay. And certainly, I think at a minimum, that is certainly north on 421 to the terminus of Appaloosa, the southern terminus of Appaloosa Crossing, which is the Kite Harris project. Because that is in itself is its own TIF district.
Yeah. Okay. Any other discussion on that topic? If not, I think we're on to new business, and I think there is no new business. I don't know if there's the next item on the agenda is any other business, but I don't know if there's nothing on the agenda to discuss. I don't know if there's any other items to hit.
Not for me.
All right. That was a short one. So with that, I will motion to adjourn.
I'll
All in
second
favor?
it. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Aye.
All right, all good. Thank you.
All right, thank you.